Hey everybody, it's Grant, and today I am going to go over how you can build a real estate empire for only $27.40 per day. In today's video, not only are we going to show you how to save money, but we're also going to give you tips and a little bit of a strategy to actually increase your income. And not only that, I want you to also learn out of this video how to make all of that money work for you. So step one, I actually have taught this once before on my channel and the video is doing absolutely amazing. So if you've seen this before, don't worry, this is a small recap and I think you'll enjoy it. But step one to actually doing a real estate empire is we gotta start small. We gotta save our $27.40 a day. How can you do this? First step is you need to actually look at your expenses. Most of us do not have an income problem, even though we think we do. All of us, even me, have a spending problem that we can all improve on. If you cut back on your expenses, you will be able to save and get farther along on this journey to saving your $27.40 a day. No matter how many people I ask this to, do you waste $27.40 once, twice, 3 times, 5 times a week? I always get a very, very similar answer. It's always between 3 and 5 times a week. My simple question to you is, would you still do this if you knew you were wasting $10,000 a year by wasting $27.40 a day? I get the same unanimous answer. Absolutely not, Grant, would I ever waste $10,000 a year. But the sad truth is that that's exactly what we're doing every time we waste that $27.40 a day. But sadly, that's what most of us are doing every single day when we actually waste that money. Every time we go to the fast food restaurant, every time that we go to the expensive store, every time that we make that unnecessary purchase, we are pushing that real estate empire farther and farther down the line. Simple truth is, $27.40 a day multiplied by 365 days a year is $10,000. Now, it's not near as scary now that I've explained it that way. And you know you could save that money if you don't go after the $10,000 a year and you went after it for $27.40 a day. You gotta actually go after it in small amounts so that way you can have big victories down the line. I have an entire video on this that I'll actually drop the photo here and I'll link in the description below so that way if you wanna go watch it, you can go through the details. So in my previous video, I even talk about if you can't save $27.40 a day, save half. If you can't do that, save $5. That still comes out to $1,825 a year. But we are talking about investing this money every single day to come up with enough money to invest in real estate. So we do need to step it up a notch and go after that $27.40 for this video to work. And now let's get into the meat and potatoes of this video. You see, empires and success stories aren't built overnight. They're built by hard work and dedication and one $27.40 brick at a time. The next step here is going to be elevate your income. So you need to elevate your income so that way this $27.40, you don't have to save half. You don't have to save $5. You don't have to say, one day I'm going to do this, because procrastination is the death of all success. I want you to elevate your income to where this is no longer stressful or mentally taxing to do this every single day. Just a few ways that you could actually go and elevate your income is you could go and elevate your knowledge at your job. There's always a higher level paying job somewhere in your company that you could strive to, whether it be assistant manager, whether it be a different position that puts a little bit more effort or strain. You know, like for instance, at my juice companies, if you become a juicer, yeah, you got to do a little bit more manual labor, but guess what? You get paid even more to do that job. If you become a team lead, there's just always something that you can do to where you could elevate that income further. And then always you can get into the management positions at your job. Or you could go and develop a side hustle. If you get off early enough in the day, you could mow lawns that afternoon. It just depends if you want to go home and you want to Netflix and eat, or if you want to go home and then rest for a little and get back after it like I do to come here and make YouTube videos for you. You could also learn how to sell a product or service. There's a ton of multi-level markets out there. I'm not telling you to go join one, but do something that would actually make you happy. There's a ton of them that people do well at as long as they stick to it. You could go and get a commission-based job that pays you for what you produce and not the hours that you punch. I have never worked a job besides when I was a very young person in an hourly setting. I have to be paid for what I produce. You can't tell me what I'm worth an hour. I will tell you what I'm worth an hour. Now, you can't walk into your job tomorrow and say, boss, I'm worth $50 an hour. I'm worth $100 an hour, whatever. They're gonna look at you like you're crazy. But if you go get a job that's based on sales and you get paid on what you produce, now, there's some other things here. You got to make sure the company has a good quality pay plan. There's some thought process here. But for the most part, once again, I'll say it again, you need to get a job that pays you for what you produce and not the hours that you log. Those are just a couple ways, scratching the surface, of how you can go and better yourself in sales, developing a product or service, doing a side job, or elevating your knowledge at work. You need to be patient during this time. Not only do you need to make sure that you're trying to save that money every single day to make sure you hit that weekly goal, to hit that monthly goal. And you know what happens after you hit those monthly goals? They end up yearly victories. And that's what we're after. So while you are doing this, I want you to not only save, but I want you to also start looking for those good deals. I want you to start kind of seeing what the market does. You don't have to have a real estate agent. Use Zillow. Use other real estate apps that are out there for you. On top of that, I want you to make sure that you learn everything you possibly can. I want you to be around like-minded individuals because the statistics show that if you're around 5 losers, you're the 6th. If you're around 5 people that are millionaires, chances are you're the 6th. Elevate your company, elevate your mindset. I'm gonna link one more video in the description, and it's just my 8 steps to finding good deals in real estate. It's just basically my 8 steps to how I personally look for real estate and what I do just on a daily basis. So it'll give you a good idea of how to start looking at the market, and I think you'll enjoy it. So I'll put that in the description below. Now let's fast forward to after you've saved your $10,000. Let's turn that $10,000 into your first real estate property. Now some of you might say $10,000 is not enough to invest in real estate. Well, you can actually do one simple trick in real estate that you don't even need $10,000 unless the market you're in is very high. In the event that you end up living in the property, you can do an FHA and only need 3% down to live in that property. Now it's in between 3 and 5%, but if you have good credit, you can get it for 3. Every year you qualify for this. So every single year you can turn around and move out of that property and you can move on to the next property to do this. This is just an easier way and it gives you a lower barrier to entry to be able to start this real estate empire. So now that you have your rental, let's say that it nets you after all expenses $200 a month. Nothing crazy, but definitely some good quality income for you and the family. Now that $27.40 per day is a whole lot more easy to achieve. Now that you've done this process once, saved the money, created the $10,000 it took to purchase the property, now that you have the property, right, you are now excited. Excitement is one of the most beautiful things that you can ever have in business. If you're excited about your product or service, your customers will be excited about your product or service. If you're miserable and upset, they're going to be miserable and upset. If you're excited, you will be able to go farther and faster than any miserable person. And now we have your money working for you. So now you're going to be able to save that $10,000 that much faster, and you'll be able to repeat the process that much easier. Once you have your second $10,000 saved, you guessed it, you've already been looking for real estate, and it's time to acquire our second rental property. After you've purchased your second rental property, your what to do and what not to do in buying and selling and renting real estate will be absolutely invaluable to your future journey to build this real estate empire. Now that you know what it takes to make this happen, it's time to set a goal. Let's set a goal, not only to save $10,000 to get a project, but let's try to set a goal to make sure we get one of these properties every single year and get our money really working for us. In doing these deals, you will have more and more knowledge on how to buy and sell real estate, and that way you make better deals. The more that you know and the more that you're willing to walk away from that property, because deals are like buses. there's going to be another one coming by. So don't get emotionally attached to a deal, because that's when you'll pay too much. You'll be able to build bigger and bigger equity positions every purchase. The best part about real estate is there's no other business that can develop wealth faster than real estate. And it doesn't take a lot of know-how. There's a learning curve, but once you get the handle on it, you can build your wealth and get yourself to the biggest you've ever been, millionaire status, or you can go crazy and build a huge, huge real estate portfolio. That's something to truly be proud of. Once you've done this a few times, you're going to want to start to scale up. You're going to want to start to scale up to multifamily, right? And also maybe even small complexes that have 5 to 7 to 10 units. If you use the principles of delayed gratification and you're smart, you won't elevate your lifestyle while you're elevating your income. You will let that money sit there and grow, so that way you can build a real estate empire even faster versus being able to live and keep up with the Joneses. Everything in life worth having tends to start off slow. And just like a successful career in sales, real estate is a building effect. And you've got to stick with it, because if you continuously build it, it's not going to happen overnight. But if you keep doing these same practices, you are going to have a real estate empire that you can truly be proud of. That small investment, that daily investment in yourself and your future of $27.40 a day will eventually turn into 1, 5, 10, 50, or 100 rentals. Just depends on how far you want to take this. This is how you build a real estate empire that you and your family can truly be proud of. Something that you can leave to your children. And if you didn't come from a family that was wealthy, this is how you start generational wealth for your children. You start saving today to build a future for tomorrow. And it all starts with one $27.40 brick at a time. That's it for the video, guys. If you enjoy videos like this, please power up that like button as well as hit that subscribe button. We are building up to 30,000 subscribers, if not already there, because we got a special surprise. I'm going to go ahead and let the cat out of the bag. We are going to Vegas to meet Mr. STEPHAN to do a couple videos with him on his podcast as well as his second channel. Can't wait to share that with you, and I hope you guys have any comments. Please drop them below, as well as anything you'd like to see in future videos. I hope you guys have a fantastic afternoon, and remember, I 100% believe in you. I know you can do this, and I know you can do anything that you set your mind to, and I hope you never, and I know you'll never let anyone tell you any differently. Have a fantastic afternoon, and I will see you on the next one.